So there's one good thing that's happening in the world, in the Western United States, is that Gavi is termed.
Frank,
His term is
Christ.
terminal. Thank God.
Oh, yeah.
So we have a gubernatorial race. Gotta love that word, gubernatorial.
Yeah. It's a good word.
It's a good word.
It's a good word.
And we have a few candidates that are running, and most of them are Democrats because most of the state is run by Democrats.
Mhm.
And when I say most, I mean all. And it's just one of those things where Gavi has kind of run my home state into the ground. Other people would go, oh, no, that's why. Yeah, the
No,
way it
he's
used to
running
be.
into the fucking ground. Yeah.
Yeah,
Have
the
you
way it
been to
used to
San
be.
Francisco lately?
Yeah.
Then shut the fuck up.
I wouldn't go back to San Francisco right now if you paid me, because it's like, why? Why would I walk around a shithole?
Right.
And it used to be one of the nicest cities to go visit. And I used to look forward to going to the city, but no more, no mas, no
Yep.
mas, senor.
No.
And
It's just not safe anymore. You get, you know.
No. So we're
safe.
trying to find a new gubernatorial, a new the gov to come in and try to clean up California a little bit and all that stuff. And we've got different people who are out there. And if you've ever heard of this gal, she has been a representative in Congress for the state of California.
Yeah. If you live in California, you know who she
Oh,
is.
you know who this gal is, yes. And her name, oddly enough, don't know why that's oddly, but is Katie Porter. Now, she sounds like a lovely one. The name just sounds so, salt of the earth.
The name sounds 6 foot, with dark hair, fit, and a short skirt. Almost Katy Perry. When I hear Carrie Porter, I think of my mind just goes to Katy Perry, right?
Oh yeah.
But you know what the crazy thing is?
Well,
it's the same.
You're gonna have to be more specific, but go ahead.
It's the same shit show.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's the same delusion.
Yeah, we've just turned the page from the same book, and it's the same chapter written, but we've changed the characters out a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
But everything else is about the same. So we're going to talk about this Katie Porter. If you haven't heard about her, she had a great interview with CBS News a little while ago. And then she also is so gentle, kind, caring, compassionate with her staff as well. She really feels for her staff. She really wants to make sure that everything is done very well and is very appreciative of everything that goes on with her staff. So we'll look at a little bit of that, and you can kind of judge her character at that point and see what a delight she is and would be to work for. And I might have to send my application in.
Yeah, I would. I would be on her staff in a heartbeat.
Oh,
she's
absolutely.
so giving and caring about her staff. It's just one of the things that she's, she's known for.
Oh, God. Preach, brother. Preach.
God, I wish I lived in California.
Yeah. Sometimes.
This mustache would look really good on her staff.
You'd fit right in with all the other sombrero wearing motherfuckers down there. So
keep my passport on me, fucking 24/7.
No, I'm legal. I
don't even speak Spanish. I just speak Spanglish in the cuss words. That's I don't know.
Welcome to the Rude Barn Podcast, everyone. We're going to talk about Katie, not Perry, Katie Porter. Run the Montgomery. Thanks for coming on. Let's get into it. Oh, Katy Perry, the space cadet, has nothing to do with Katie Porter, the gubernatorial candidate, and they don't look alike either.
No, they don't. Unfortunately, not.
Yeah. One of them is curvy brunette, and then the other one is a space cadet. It's gone up in Jeff Bezos's thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She went to the moon and she stayed there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where she belonged. But this other one,
did you have to bring her back?
Did you have to?
Did you have to?
This other one is kind of on the moon as well, but
right. Yeah.
She came back, and this one is running for gubernatorial.
Goober.
Yeah, goober. And I mean, here's the thing. Anything's better than Gabby, right? But is this?
You hope so.
You hope so. Is this gonna be a good replacement for Gabby, or
I don't know. I mean, there's
worse replacement
like
for Gabby?
8 candidates in the primary, 6 of whom are Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
And the interesting thing in California, and I think maybe they voted this in so that they can keep themselves in power, is that instead of in the primary, you end up with one Republican, one Democrat, one independent, whatever, one libertarian, one Green Party, whatever. You can actually have 2 or even maybe 3 Democrats on the ballot to vote for the governor.
Right.
Which seems oddly possessive and controlling of a particular party that kind of shuns the ability for anybody else to make it to the governorship at this point. Maybe I could be completely, totally wrong.
I mean, you could be just shooting at the hip. You could be way out in left field.
I could be pissing into the wind.
Yeah,
right
but
now.
Or you could be in my fucking shot.
But I'm sorry, am I in your fucking shot?
You're in my fucking shot. You're
up. In my fucking shot. Well, since that's the case, I'm going to have to bring up this other one first.
Let's go.
Let's do that one because you're in my fucking shot.
This is your gubernatorial candidate.
Oh, yeah.
That is getting press right now.
This is the little angel. Katie Porter.
So I'm on the oversight committee, you might know, and that is where we did a study recently this fall in September, and what it showed is if we don't electrify our transportation sector, that we're going to lose more than 500,000 Californians dying prematurely to air pollution and other problems, and the state could lose. Get out of my fucking shop. Okay, it does. Okay, you also were in my shop before that. Stay out of my shop.
Stay out.
Okay,
of my shop.
I'm going to start again with electric vehicles saving us money. Perfect. Okay.
I got something for you here, Barn. I have to do this.
Okay.
Take it away. But so you guys just saw her.
Yeah.
Doesn't she have a striking resemblance to Oh yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Jim Neighbors.
Yes.
Striking resemblance to Jim Neighbors. This as well and but there she is there. Remove her, put him back up. Remove him, put her back up. Are you seeing a resemblance?
I'm seeing it. There's something in the mouth. There's something in the eyes. Is
that annoying? Me going back and forth like that?
Great. No, yeah, I love it.
Yeah, this is classic.
It's
interesting.
I don't know. I just thought of that when I saw this because I heard somebody else. I mean, there's been a lot of stuff that people are ripping her to shreds, and the funniest one that I heard was Grimace, the old McDonald's mascot.
Oh yeah,
it was Grimace. I didn't really see it, but I while we were just watching that, I saw the Gomer Pyle.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Mr. Jim Neighbors, but yeah.
So anyway, yeah. So there's a little resemblance, maybe. I mean,
something. I don't know. Who knows? You know? I don't know.
If you want to rewind the video and go back and forth and have me, pop those back and forth just to be annoying to people who are watching the video behind you, Please do that.
It's
That'd be great.
it's gonna be good. You know,
Yeah.
somewhere out there, somebody's gonna overlay the images.
Right.
I mean, we're graphic designers, but we ain't got time for that.
You ain't got time for that shit. Exactly.
We ain't got time for that. We
So
ain't getting paid for
that was our good friend Katie, who treats her staff stellarly, puts them up on a pedestal, really makes sure she takes care of her staff and those who work for her.
Well, if
Making
you
sure they're
notice,
appreciated.
you know, and the folks that are watching us, I'm sure that you've probably seen it. But if you go back, so the staffer was coming in to correct her
Right.
on something she was saying.
Right.
And yes, the staffer was in her back shot like before.
Right before, and then went out and then came back and then
she came back
her.
in correcting her. Yeah. And so I think it was like the frustration built up because number one, she was being corrected by a staffer.
Right.
And then
she was also talking to the Secretary of Energy, the gal who had the short, kind of whitish blonde hair with glasses, the little older gal who was Secretary of Energy under Biden.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I find it hilarious that you're on with the, a federal worker, the Secretary of Energy of the fucking United States of America, and you're telling your staffer, get out of my fucking shot.
Yeah, but you're in my fucking shot.
Like you're that freaking important. I mean, she probably knew her because she, was in DC as a California representative.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, I mean, how do you come off to that person? You know what I mean? And then
maybe they all talk like that to each other back east.
I don't know. DC. Maybe do they? I mean, I know there's a certain amount of because we out here. I was talking to Calderese about this. Out here, we kind of there's more grace and forgiving in our speech with each other, even though like even when we break balls, it's softer than when they do it out there. So I don't know, like on the East Coast, like I don't know, they might, you know what I mean? They might just, they might be a lot harsher than us out here out west, but I don't know.
Maybe
I think,
not.
But I think like in an office,
yeah,
and like when you're doing that, I think it's almost like talking to a banker. Asking for a loan, you want to wear clean underwear.
Well, you would think
as a metaphor, you know what I mean?
Well, I always want to wear clean underwear anyway, but no, I mean, it's like, but if you're on a Zoom call and your staffer comes in the back and you're on with the Secretary of Energy talking about the bullshit electric vehicle market, which is a crock of shit.
Yeah, you're trying to sell all this fucking dumb shit.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you don't think the price of electricity is going to go up when more people have electric cars and the more people are charging on the grid and the grid can't handle it because you already have blackouts and brownouts in California and all that stuff anyway already. And you think that's going to help? No, the price of your energy, it's going to cost you more and take a lot more time to recharge your vehicle than it does to fill up a tank of gas at the gas station, by the way. Exactly. And it's going to cost you the same.
It is. And
or
I
more,
mean, my stance on it though, too, is that the mining for the shit that goes into the batteries for these cars are
very environmentally unfriendly.
Yeah. And they're talking about global warming. Okay. Oh, well, you know what? I'm going to jump on the global warming bandwagon if they're going to continue mining this shit for that. It's like, because the mining that you're doing there has in the last 5 years has been more harmful to the environment than diesels and refineries have been for the last 20.
Yeah.
I mean, get the fuck out of here.
Right. Well, I think what was it?
And you can't dispose of it.
No, they're starting to recycle these batteries a little bit, but there's very few places and companies that are doing that, and they can't keep up with the demand because there's just, there's enough vehicles out there that they can't keep up. But there are some places that are recycling those batteries, but it does take a long time.
Well, yeah,
the wind turbines. The big blades on the big wind turbines that are in the canyon areas and on the ocean. And when we flew out of Amsterdam, we were able to look out over into the English Channel, where they have a ton of those offshore wind turbines, the big white fans with the blades, all kind of going. Once those blades go back, you can't recycle those apparently. And last I heard, unless they've changed what they're doing now, please let us know in the comments if you know what they're doing with those now.
Sure.
Bury it. They just bury them.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They're digging holes in the goddamn desert and then just burying them.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Really?
like, oh yeah, this is environmentally friendly.
Hi, yeah. Exactly. And then
Anyway.
you're trying to sell this bullshit?
Yeah. So you think you would be a little kinder to your staff members whilst you're on a freaking Zoom call with the Secretary of Energy. We're circle back Saki.
Exactly.
And you would think, hey, so-and-so, could you please, stay out of the shot instead of saying, stay out of my fucking shot.
Right.
And it's like, it says a lot about Katie, more so than it does her staff member, who is just merely trying to make sure she says the right facts.
Yeah, she's like, hey, hold on, you're going off track here.
Yeah, that's not quite what the thing says. You didn't memorize your little chart there, did you? There,
like,
Kate.
I gave you the fucking the
Right.
talk cards. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Well, in that, I mean, that's that, like you said, I mean, that's a huge character reveal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you're gonna be that way to the common folk,
yeah,
how are you going to be to your common folk? You know what I mean? If you get elected, and the people that elected you too, you know what I mean? Are you going to treat them the same way, or are you going to try to be like, oh well, I was off my meds that day? Oh really?
Right.
What the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. She's in the press, like we joke and stuff like that, and say like, any press is good press, or there's no bad press,
There's
or
no
whatever.
press. Apparently,
but at the same time, when your press shows your character like that, that's bad press.
We were wrong. Wrong. You're wrong.
You're
wrong. Yeah.
Bard's wrong. Rude's wrong.
Well, if you're gonna say that and treat your staff member in front of the Secretary of Energy while you're on a Zoom call, just imagine how you are in private when there's no cameras rolling.
Exactly.
So
you say she says the N-word. So.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of stuff that she's said that I don't have all of that, but if you've just done a little digging into her and just Google her or chat GPT her, and it'll come up. You'll see. And there's some articles. We do have some, but this is one interview that she did fairly recently, maybe last year. That one was from a couple of years ago, 2023 or 2021, and was that one that we just saw there. But this is how, is this how you're supposed to act? I mean, you are so pompous, self-righteous, and arrogant to think that you don't need to be interviewed by anybody and have folloup questions given to you.
This one's even better.
This one's even better.
It's almost better.
Oh my God. Yeah. And if you've seen it by now, but we're still going to play it and just show you, and then we'll make our comments on the whole thing as we go.
Interview. What do you say to the 40% of California voters who you'll need in order to win, who voted for Trump?
How would I need them in order to win, man?
Well, unless you think you're going to get 60% of the vote. You think you'll get 60%. Everybody who did not vote for Trump will vote for you. That's what you're saying.
In a general election, yes. If it is me versus a Republican, I think that I will win the people who did not vote for Trump.
What if it's you versus another Democrat?
I don't intend that to be the case.
Because I'm controlling the election.
How do you not intend that to be the case? Are you going to ask them not to run?
No, I'm saying I'm going to build the support. I have the support already in terms of name recognition. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to do the very best I can to make sure that we get through this primary in a really strong position. But
do you think that's a problem, that we always have name recognition? And that's, the incumbent. I mean, once you get in, this is the thing. So many people are running for office who want to get into politics because, hey, they see how they can make a lot of money and retire very wealthy somehow, some way, and I'm not sure how that works.
I'm not sure how that works either.
And once you get in, it's like, okay, so now people know kind of who you are if you're in a prominent enough office that people recognize the name. And people don't know who the other candidates are who are trying to take your spot, and they don't know who they are or whatever. They don't follow, any of the debates and anything you do. And so they just like, oh, well, oh, Katie Porter, I know the name. I'll vote for her. And that's how people stay in office. This is how AOC is stayed in office. She is the smartest Mensa candidate, probably, 200 IQ person I've ever heard of in my entire life.
Well, according to our buddy Kennedy, she's running that party right now.
Well,
she's
I wouldn't doubt it, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I wonder how she's gotten into all that.
Yeah, that's scary.
She's really only good for one thing. But anyway, so moving on. Katie is Katie's talking about a few other things here, and she just doesn't like how this interview is going, which is just great. That'd be awesome to be able to be so arrogant and say, I don't like the questions you're asking me.
Let me be clear with you. I represented Orange County. I represented a purple area. I have stood on my own 2 feet and won Republican votes before. That's not something every candidate in this race can say. If you're from a deep blue area, if you're from LA or you're from Oakland, you don't have an experience.
But you just said you don't need those Trump voters.
Well, you asked me if I needed them to win.
So you don't
I feel like this is unnecessarily argumentative. What is your question?
The question is the same thing I asked everybody.
What's that?
Like how she puts her hands up. She's like, I feel like this is argumentative.
Yeah. Oh.
And I like that, I like the interviewer. She's like, I'm asking the question that I asked everybody. Or the follow-up question I asked
everybody. I'm me.
Yeah.
I'm different. That's how she's coming across. I'm different. You don't need to ask me the same questions you asked them. I'm Katie Porter.
Exactly.
Do you not know who I am?
Yeah,
actually,
dude,
no, we really don't.
She's way too big for her britches right now. Like she
Is
thinks
that
she's
a pun intended on that one, there, buddy?
Nah, not really. But I think she's acting like Queen Elizabeth right now.
Oh, absolutely.
This is being called the empowering voters to stop Trump's power grab. Every other candidate has answered this question. This is not
correct. And I said I support it.
So, and the question is, what do you say to the 40% of voters who voted?
Did they ever have one about Biden and his power grab? Or Obama and his power grab? No, it's just Trump is the only one that has a power grab. Let's be honest with ourselves. They all have had this power grab, but you keep coming across like Trump is the only one that has this power grab.
Right. Well, I mean, look at the husband and wife team that shall not be named.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. There's a husband and wife team out there that's been in politics for a while.
And there was blowjobs. I don't know.
What? Blue dresses.
Yeah, there was blue dresses and stuff like that. But because we do this show for entertainment purposes only,
exactly,
we're not going to say that name. But that wasn't a power grab,
right?
I mean, come on, that was one of the biggest in our history. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like for me and you, Barn, like from the 70s to now.
Yeah,
that was one of the biggest power grabs that I've ever seen in my life in the Oval Office.
Right. I mean, there's a lot. Just to say that every president doesn't have some sort of like power grab. And
shit. Everyone,
come on.
You wouldn't run for the office if you didn't want the power.
Right.
I mean, get out of town.
You fight. Yeah. Why is it you fight so much to keep your position and your position in the government?
Yeah, exactly.
And then to go now, you're going from a no-name congressperson from California that you want to be the governor.
Like these senators that have been in there for 150 years. You don't think they like the power that they hold?
Oh my God! And play the game because they know the game because they write the game and
yeah, exactly.
Made the game.
Oh, I'm happy to say that. It's the "do you need them to win" part that I don't understand. I'm happy to answer the question as you have it written, and I'll answer it.
And we've also asked.
She has been. She has been asking the
Clearly
question as she's
been
written.
asking. Yeah,
I mean, what the WTF? What the WTF here?
seriously.
Yeah.
As the other candidates, do you think you need any of those 40% of California voters to win? And you're saying, no, you don't.
No, I'm saying I'm going to try to win every vote I can. And what I'm saying to you is that
Well, to those voters. Okay, so you.
I don't want to keep doing this. I'm going to call it.
And call it.
Thank you.
You're not going to.
But then she sits there. Look at how she sits there like, okay, please talk to me about keeping me into this interview, because I'm now posturing that I'm going to pretend I'm going to actually walk off the set, but I'm not actually doing it because I came back in and I stopped and I froze and I'm waiting for you to beg me to stay.
Yeah, and I'm glad that she didn't. She's like,
Yeah.
okay, fuck out of here then.
No, the interviewer wants to do more questions for sure. And this is how how she responded to that. But watch Katie hold this position for a few seconds.
Yeah, watch the
do the
body
interview
language.
with us.
Nope, not like this. I'm not with 7 follow-ups to every single question you ask.
Every other candidate has answered.
I don't
our
care.
follow-ups.
I don't care. I want to have a pleasant, positive conversation, which you ask me about every issue on this list. And if every question you're going to make up a follow-up question, then we're never going to get there.
Oh my God, heaven forbid there's a follow-up question if you don't actually answer the
She
question.
doesn't want to have follow-up questions. That's so stupid. Like
So-
how
Yeah, you expect people just to take your answer for what
gold
it is?
and for God's word,
Yeah.
get out of town, man. No
I'm not going
way.
to say, well, wait a minute, how does that work? Or why are you saying that? Or no, I'm just supposed to, oh, okay, moving on. I
Right.
mean, good
Like, oh,
Lord.
you don't want to answer that follow-up question? Okay, well, let's just move on to the next question.
Yeah, I don't want to hurt
Get
your
out
feelings.
of town, dude.
Yeah, I
No
don't want
way.
to get you all upset and triggered.
We're not.
Miss
And we're
Porter.
just going to circle.
What's that?
Oh, I was going to say we're not CNN here,
No.
and we're not just going to toss you,
Yeah.
underhand pitches here, or
Right.
and lead you to whatever issue that you're standing on. No, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
That's it. It's over.
Yeah.
That shit. That ship has sailed.
You mean you say you're going to fix the homeless problem and that's it, and I'm not supposed to come back? Well, how are you going to do that?
How? Yeah.
Oh, that
What's
would
your
be what
plan?
we would call a follow-up
Yeah.
question.
What's your plan to fix the homeless problem there, Barn?
Yeah. And how do you expect to get that paid for? And what time frame are you looking at getting the problem fixed?
I don't want to talk about this. You're
triggering me. right now.
you're triggering me.
I
Nope.
can't.
I don't. Nope.
I can't. I just can't. All right.
Never had to do this
Reporter.
before, ever.
You've never had to
Never done this
have a
ever.
End an
conversation
interview.
with
To end
a
an
reporter?
interview.
Okay, but every other candidate has done this.
What part of I'm me? I'm running for governor because I'm a leader. So I am going to make.
So you're not going to answer questions from reporters? Okay, why don't we go through? I will continue to ask follow-up questions because that's my job as a journalist, but
That's
I
my
will
job,
go through and ask these. And
biatch.
if you don't want to answer, you don't want to answer. So nearly every legislative
I don't want to have an unhappy experience with you.
Oh my god. I don't want to have.
I don't want to have an unhappy experience with you.
You're like, bitch. You're the one who's making this an unhappy experience for me.
Yeah. I'm just
Yeah.
asking questions that you should be able to just, I don't know, answer.
Right. I mean, if you just answer the questions,
Would you like me to bring you a dozen roses in the middle of the interview
just
to make you
answer the
happy?
questions, there wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Like, you're the one creating an issue here, not me.
Answer
I'm
the
just asking
fucking
questions.
question. Answer the fucking question.
Get out of my fucking background. and
Get
answer
out of
the
my fucking shot. Answer the fucking question, and we won't have all these follow-up fucking questions.
Exactly. If you would just answer the question given to you, then we wouldn't have to have 17 follow-ups to every question to do it.
I can't do this if we're having
Get
7 follow-up questions on every question.
the
Well,
fuck-
then
this
answer
woman-
the fucking question.
Exactly.
Jesus.
And I don't want this all on camera.
I don't want to have an unhappy
don't want this
experience with
on
you
camera.
either. I would love to continue to ask these questions so that we can show our viewers what every candidate feels about everyone.
And how they respond to questions. and their character as they're
and their
answering the
character.
questions.
Yes, I mean that's half of the reason why they film it, right?
Exactly.
Because they could have had a phone conversation that they just would have put on text. You know what I mean? And then she
there's
said
no
this, and
transcript
then
of the
she
phone
said
call.
this, and then she said this, and then she said this. It could have been, it could have been that way, but this is what your voter wants. This is what your voter needs. They need to see your character. They need to see how you act in moments of adversity, yes, and a little bit of strife.
Yeah,
you
because that shows your true character, how you deal with adversity.
I mean, here, this is just 2 videos, and we're what 3 minutes into this, and we haven't even showed that full 3 minutes.
No,
but this is almost 20 minutes long, and in 2 videos, we've already seen this woman's character.
A lot about her, yes.
A lot about her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In seconds.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know who she's thinking she's going to win over at this point.
Yeah. All of the Dem voters, apparently, only.
I mean, yeah.
Well, well, then, of course, if it's another Dem she's up against, and she'll get all the votes from the Trump voters.
She's getting all of them.
Her arrogance is showing.
Good Christ.
Yeah.
Keep it rolling.
We have about a minute left in this, and then we'll move to the next clip.
One of these issues that they care about. And redistricting, it's a massive issue. We're going to do an entire story just on the responses to that question. And I've asked everybody the same follow-up questions.
This is what the establishment embodies. And I'm not calling Katie Porter establishment, because I'm going to actually show you why she's not really establishment. But
and we'll look at that video next. Well, not next, but coming up. But she's right. You know, Kim's right. It's this, and we talked about that. You know, it's that name recognition, and once you're in there, you're in like Flynn. You know, and you don't really have to work very hard to keep your position in there, because you just have that. And that's the problem with what we have, is we have so many uninformed voters that just know a name. Oh, that sounds familiar. Or, oh yeah, you know, I know Chuck. I'll keep voting Chuck back in forever, because Chuck Schumer is, you know, it's been in there forever, and you know, I know the name. I don't know who this other guy is.
Yeah, I know the name. Don't know his politics, but I know the name.
Yeah.
And apparently he's done good stuff. And my friends and my family tell me he does good stuff. That's dumb. That's stupid.
Yeah, I'm told by my friends that I should vote for him.
Well, and that's the problem, Barn. I mean, that's been the problem for a long time about voters, and you know, and that's, I mean, that's why we're in this shitty spot that we're at now.
Yeah,
I mean,
God, yes.
Is Trump the ideal Republican representative? I don't know. You know, there's some things I love about him. There's some things I hate about him.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's passionate. He loves the country. He wants to fix what's wrong in the government.
No matter how much people on the left disagree with that statement, because they don't want him in there, and he's threatening their livelihood, their jobs, or whatever. And that's why they call him Hitler and dictator and everything else. But I think I agree with you. I think he truly does love this country. The man got shot in the freaking ear, almost killed him, and he still wanted to do what's right for the country. And he doesn't need monetary benefit coming out of this whole thing. As a matter of fact, he donates his whole salary to nonprofits or something. I can't remember exactly, but he doesn't take his $450,000 a year salary. Did not on the first term, and I don't believe he's doing it on this term. I haven't seen it for sure.
Look at the dichotomy, like even between obviously, like she's not running for president or anything, but at the same time, look at the dichotomy between the two.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knew there was going to be power involved. Yeah, I think he wanted the fame that comes along with it.
He is an egomaniac. Let's face reality. Anybody in these positions are. Look at Obama. You don't think that guy was an egomaniac? You don't think Biden was? You guys are fooling yourselves if you think Trump is the only one who's an egomaniac in this situation. Come on.
Exactly.
Come on.
You're exactly right, bro. And
Jesus.
I'm just like, I'm like, but it's looking past that and looking at character and looking at, you know, this the draw. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been what, a 2 or 2.5 year war, you know.
Oh, Ukraine, you mean, or
in
Gaza?
in Gaza,
Yeah,
and you
both.
know, he sat down multiple times, da 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 da. They finally got a deal done, and why? That's the thing. Like, if there was anybody else in office, they wouldn't even have come to the U.S.
Nobody would have respected anybody else like
No.
Biden or Kamala or anybody else like that.
You think Netanyahu would have sat down with cackles?
Oh my
Are
God.
you out of your fucking mind?
Well, you know what he would have done? He would have sat there and kind of like, shook his head like, yeah,
And
yeah.
then
And then gone off and done what he wanted
Gaza
to do.
again. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Fuck.
man.
Well,
Anyway.
here's a little bit more about her personality and who she is. These are some text messages I believe she had with her husband or somebody.
I haven't seen
Kim
these. These are new to me.
Yeah, exactly. Kim gets into this because I try to find stuff you haven't seen. Kim gets into this a little bit. We got about 3 minutes. We'll stop it in between here and there and make a comment as we go. And then there's a couple others that really kind of give her character about what she's talking about in the halls of Congress. And you're gonna shit when you hear the topic she was arguing about. Let's see this right here.
This was a staffer that she let go of because the staffer didn't test for COVID in 2022, didn't, failed to submit the test, didn't have any symptoms, but
Didn't
still
take the
Katie
jab.
Porter required everyone to be tested, and she failed to do that. And this is what Katie actually says to her in these text messages. She says to the person named Sasha. She says, Sasha, I cannot allow you back in the office given your failure to follow office policies. Cody will be in touch about having your personal effects shipped or delivered to your home and will lay out your remote work schedule and responsibilities for your last few weeks. So she's fired her. Now, Sasha writes and says,
well, definitely shipped because you got COVID because you didn't get the jab. Just assuming, you're a threat to democracy because you didn't get the jab.
You're a threat to democracy, exactly.
And so and of course, and everybody in the office.
Yeah.
So we'll ship it to you. Don't come in because you're a contagion yourself.
Yeah.
That is basically what she's saying.
Yeah, we're shipping it, man. Yeah, I don't want you to get my grandma sick.
Exactly.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah. You're killing my grandma. Oh my God.
I understand. Thank you for the last 2 years. So she's been with her for 2 years. Thank you for the last 2 years and all that I've learned. I hate to have disappointed you in the manner, as I know it isn't an excuse. I had found out my friend from the Navy had been murdered, and my head was not in the best place. Not an excuse, but the reasoning for the lack of forethought. I appreciate everything this office has done for me.
I mean, none of that should really matter that your friend.
I would have told her to fuck all the way off. On my text message back, I'd have been like, you know what? My friend from the Navy was murdered. I wasn't in my right head. I don't think the shot is necessary. And if you're firing me over that, fuck off.
So be it. And see ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.
Yeah.
But she wanted a good recommendation, so that's why she was playing nicey nice. Because, but would Katie? You think Katie? You think she would have given her a good recommendation?
Katie even remembers that gal's name right now?
By now, no, probably not.
Fuck no, she doesn't remember.
Sasha who?
She doesn't care.
She's looking for a job. Oh, I remember. Oh, she's the one that didn't get the jab. Yeah, I wouldn't hire her back because she's a threat to democracy in the office.
She's a threat to humanity. Right. She didn't get the jab. Fuck that. I would.
And Katie Porter's response to that was, well, you gave me COVID. In 25 months, it took you not following the rules to get me sick. My children have nobody to care for them.
You know that?
How does she know that Sasha gave her COVID?
Exactly.
She doesn't. She just accused her of giving her COVID because Sasha didn't test.
Well, not only did she give her COVID, apparently, but she also is killing her grandma. You're killing my grandma. I mean, it just this. this whole response from the people who wanted to take this experimental medication treatment, who didn't even know what the hell this shit was, who are now finding out if they did take it that they're having more problems than those who didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
That this is the response. I mean, you are a parasite now because you did not take the jab. And this is the arrogance. This is why I can't stand these people who are like this.
You're
and
right.
You still see them today walking around with their masks on today, driving in their car. I saw a guy walking out of Costco today when I went there, and he was an older guy, but it doesn't matter. And he's walking outside. The breeze is blowing because we had this storm come in. So the breeze has been howling for the last 2 days.
Yeah, it has.
Okay. The chances of you catching anything, let alone COVID, outside with the wind blowing the way it was, or even if it was a light breeze, is next to nil.
Yeah.
You're still wearing a mask outside, taking your cart back to the car. Unbelievable.
Obviously not a very good person. Her husband agrees, her ex-husband agrees that she's not a good person. Apparently she threw scalding hot potatoes on him. She was very abusive, according to the New York Post, saying that
never guessed this.
Basically he had to file a restraining order. The former husband of Representative Katie Porter said the California Democrat frequently abused him verbally and through.
I'm shocked. He had to file a restraining order against her.
Shocking to me.
She seems like such a delicate little flower who wouldn't hurt a fly.
Scalding hot potatoes.
How did she hold the potato? Did she have a hot pad on?
Yeah, she was boiling him, bro. For dinner.
Grabbed him right out of the boiling water and held it up and see this, and this, scalding her hand and shit like that. And she throws it at him.
And he's like, they're watching the rally. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, Trump really has some good things to say. It's like, fuck you, you're killing my grandma. Throws a scalding hot potatoes.
Scalding hot potato. And here's the hot water too, fucker. You're gonna have to have
yourself
now.
You're in my shot.
You're in my fucking shot. She's a delight. She's a little angel, little sunflower.
She is delightful.
Toys, books, and other objects at him during their marriage, even pouring scalding hot mashed potatoes on his head during a fight. Matthew Hoffman, who filed for divorce from Porter in 2013, said in a request for a restraining order dated.
She's been divorced since 2013, or filed. So later on. So she's been divorced since 2013. I'm shocked she's still a single mom.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
All you got to do is look at her fucking arrest record.
I'm not even talking her physical appearance. I'm just talking this stuff.
I mean, I see that bitch's arrest record, dude. I'm walking on the other side of the street. Like, I don't even.
Oh my God.
I don't even want her dog to sniff me because then.
But please, let's make her governor of California.
Oh my God, dude.
Let's make her the governator. She's the governator too.
Keep going. This is
April 30th of that year that he was routinely called an effing idiot, effing incompetent by his rage-prone spouse, who also shattered a glass coffee pot on their kitchen counter in March of 2012 when she felt their house wasn't clean enough.
What? Shattered the coffee pot. You didn't clean the house. I'm doing all the work and making all the money for this family. I'm in Congress. People know my name.
Right?
I'm important.
God, dude,
I expect you to have this house spick and span.
If she was in Congress, most of them have a cleaning lady, right? And the borders were open, or cleaning person. Hey, do we have to go there?
I'm going there. A cleaning woman. No real man in his right mind is going to clean somebody's house. Get a freaking spine and some balls, dude.
Yeah,
come on. We don't do that work.
I've thought about it as like a gigolo job. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah.
You just go in there
Smart.
and, you know, find all the single moms and stuff and, you know, clean house.
Smart.
But
I take back everything I just said.
yeah, there's two sides to every card, Barn.
You always look for the silver lining. I'll give you that.
I do. I'm an optimist, bro. That's
you
how I
go,
live my
dude.
life.
Love it. Let's
But-
listen a little bit more of this little buttercup.
She sounds like a pretty awful person. This is the restraining order.
Sounds like a delight.
and she's or just obviously has anger management problems. She really should go to anger management
At the very least.
But let's take a look at the race. Is this a question of, you know, is Katie Porter really? Obviously, I don't think we're.
Now, she brings up a good point here. I will concede that this is a good point. We're going to go only for another about 20 seconds of this. And then we're going to look at another couple of videos and then come back. But she does bring up a good point with where she is going with this. So let's take a listen to where she's going right now, and then we'll come back and follow up.
Making any excuses for her here. Obviously, she's got a piss poor personality. Obviously, her staff probably hates her. Obviously, you know, or she's difficult to work with. Maybe they don't hate her. Maybe they like her, but maybe at times she's really, really difficult. Obviously, her ex-husband wasn't very happy and it had to file abusive claims against her.
All right. But she's starting to lead into something you can kind of see, yet is she still the best choice? And we'll get into that a little bit more, which is a scary thought. This clip is, let's see, when was this? This clip was from a year ago. So fairly recent. And this is Katie on the U.S. House floor, talking about vitally important issues, which we're going to hear about right.
So I think it's important before we legislate on something to know something about it. So I know a lot about dishwashers.
Vitally important.
Because I'm a single mom and I load and unload and load and unload and rinse and buy detergent.
And we're men and we don't do that ever at all.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Ever.
Wow.
What an assumption.
I had to take my glasses off because this is
it's unbelievable.
Yeah, this is
unbelievable.
Let's not blur the lines here.
Thank God she's not sexist.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Here.
Well, and just hanging her hat on this single mom thing. Like, my God, dude. And
she's a freaking martyr, man.
You know? I'm gonna look up how old Katie Porter's kids are.
Okay. And I'll keep playing this.
So I wonder if the gentleman who's supporting this legislation about dishwashers, proposing to be an expert in what the American people want in their dishwashers, would be willing to engage in a little colloquy with me about dishwashers. I would like to yield. Are you willing to engage in this?
Oh my God. It's so vitally important.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Excuse me. I'm not an expert in dishwashers, but I know how they freaking work. And I know if you load them properly, which I think that's the point she comes up and makes next. And even if you don't load them exactly properly, according to you, they'll still get clean. Especially if you do what I do. And I usually always pre-wash the shit off of there. So really the dishwasher is just kind of sanitizing shit. Because I've had too many dishwashers in the past not really get that dried, caked on food that's stuck on the plate and you pull it out and it's still there. Scrub your damn dish before you put it in there and just let the dishwasher sanitize it so it's ready to go.
Sure.
I mean, plus there's no garbage disposal in a dishwasher. So you don't want all that crap in the dishwasher drain.
Right.
Because it goes through and usually comes out under the garbage disposal unit. I don't know if you've ever put one together, y'all, but that line goes usually into the bottom of the dish disposal and then drains out the main drain, which means it's not chopping down like the sinkerator above, chopping it down It's in the bottom part. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're going to get food stuck in your dish. That's why don't leave a bunch of food on your plate before you put it in the dishwasher. Wash it off, throw it in the trash, scrape
We
it. Whatever.
grew up with dishwashers. You know what I mean? Well, we didn't have dishwashers until, well, we didn't in our house until about, I think it was probably 88.
Oh yeah, all right.
And mom wasn't a single mom, but mom washed all the goddamn dishes by hand.
I
Do you
did
think
too growing up.
Yeah,
I was the dishwasher.
Exactly. I mean, I struggle to say, hey, for my children, like, one of your chores is to empty the dishwasher
And put the dishes away. You
and
have
put
to
'em
you have to
away.
state every step of the process, or the
Yeah,
kids will just put it on the counter.
yeah,
Right.
exactly.
When I say empty the dishwasher, I meant also putting it into the cupboard as well and putting them away. It's just amazing how you have to state every step of the process to children sometimes, unless you've trained them correctly.
Representative Duncan, I'd like to know if you know what the average utility cost is a month to run a dishwasher.
Oh my God.
Nope, he doesn't know. $2 to $4 a month. In other words, about a third of a Frappuccino.
Oh, a third.
$2 to $4 a month. Mr. Duncan, do you know about how much a dishwasher costs, Representative Duncan? Like a mid-range dishwasher? Nope, he doesn't know. About 800, 900. You want to get fancier, like 1,000? Representative Duncan, do you know the best ways, the most important things you can do to make your dishwasher get the dishes clean?
Revelation.
Fucking
Hallelujah.
rinse
No,
and
not a
repeat.
dishwasher expert. Loading it correctly. Because what I haven't heard, I've heard a lot about the Biden border, the so-called border crisis. What I haven't heard about is anything about dishwashers.
And nobody
As
has.
somebody who saved and scrimped and was so proud to get a new dishwasher and can tell you a lot about them, what they cost, what kinds of features they have, how to load it properly, which I wish every person, every man and child in America would listen to their wife.
Because
like,
wife is-
Representative Porter, your time's up.
yeah, your time is past. You have gone over your time. We reclaim our time for the whole body of the house.
Yeah, like we've given out knives and we're all gonna shove them in our ears because this is fucking ridiculous.
That she's saying, and only the wife, by the way. No offense that wives don't know how to, they do, but I also know how to load a damn dishwasher. As a matter of fact, I keep moving shit around so it's loaded properly from when my wife loads it. But don't tell her I said that.
I had a girlfriend that was freakish about. I mean, she was freakish in the sack, but she was freakish about the dishwasher.
Yeah.
How like all the knives go in one holder, all the forks go in one holder, all the spoons. So when you unload it, it's just an easy putback.
Yeah.
I don't subscribe to that. I'm just like, hey man, I'm throwing the silverware in a holder, you know what I mean? And it's all gonna get clean the same. If it takes an extra 2 minutes to sort them in your hand, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But the thing is like, I mean, this is the House of Representatives, and she's bringing this up. Like, is she just trying to prove the point again that she's a single mother and they should give her some sort of pat on the back? I mean, I've been a single father for, the last 13 years. Like, and do I want a pat on the back for knowing how a dishwasher works? I think, come on, man.
No. See, and you're not a single mother, but you're a single motherfucker. So
you're right. And we pour cereal the same. It's cereal before the milk. You know what I mean?
You don't pour the milk in first and then the cereal?
No, it's great. That's
confused with the order. I usually put my shoes on, then the socks. So that's the thing. So apparently there's an order. Who knew?
I guess I don't know. I mean, dishwashers they're a hot topic right now.
Wow. I mean, these are the issues of the day that must be
Issues of the
discussed.
day.
We can't move on. Shut the government down. We don't know
Get
about
out
the
of my
dishwasher situation
fucking
yet.
shot and shut the government down.
Oh my
There's
God.
not enough dishwasher knowledge.
No, and you're not an expert because you're a man with a
You're a
penis.
man. Yeah, you're a married man.
You're a married
You don't know how
heterosexual male. You don't know how to do
dishwashers
anything.
work.
You're
Bitch.
stupid.
You know how the mower works?
Can you change this?
You know I got to put gas in it every time
Mm-hmm.
I run it. You know I have to pull this. There's a cord on it. There's this little handle.
Isn't there a button
And
on? That would be great, actually.
No, that's
Would
too
love that.
easy.
Would
That's
love
too
that,
easy.
actually, but yeah.
There's a cord.
Yeah, no, you
that
have
you
to.
gotta
It's like the dance. You got to do the lawnmower.
Good.
You know.
I want to be a real man. I'm gonna pull a cord. Good
Exactly.
Christ Almighty.
So Kim comes up with an interesting little twist to this whole situation. As much as this bitch is a bitch, or let's see, that she still may be the better choice out of all these other losers or something. But let's just see what's going on with her take on this.
But let's look at the California governor's race. These are all the people running in this race. So you've got Chad Bianco, Rick Caruso, Steve Hilton, Katie Porter there, and Antonio Villaraigosa. Now, the main two, we'll see what happens with these others with Bianco and Caruso. But right now in the race, it's really looking kind of like Katie Porter and Villaraigosa are the two main ones for the Democratic side. And then Hilton is also doing well. California has this jungle primary. Everybody, you vote. It doesn't matter if it's Republican or Democrat. The top two votes go to the general election. So it could be two Democrats who face off each other in the general election, or it could end up being.
There's no chance for fraud or keeping the election in your party's control and favor at all in that situation, right?
No, not at all.
No. I mean, if you never had to go up against a Republican, you pretty much can win because you had two Ds in there. One of the Ds is going to win, right? So I think, and that's what I'm saying. They voted themselves this type of format for the primaries, and no wonder. They can just put the money behind. I mean, just like Governor Cox here in the old state of Utah. He basically wasn't going to win the election or the primary against Greg Hughes, who I really rather would have been the candidate or been the governor. But somehow Cox came out of nowhere. It's weird how a Cox came out of nowhere.
I mean,
and penetrated into the voting booth arena.
Just slid right in
there and produced an explosion of votes for himself and came out ahead.
Ahead.
Yeah.
Ahead.
Right. So that's why I think this is a pretty shady way of doing things here. So, yeah, we'll move on.
I agree.
Yeah, I think it's shady.
The Steve Hilton guy and let's say Katie Porter, which that has been, unless Kamala Harris jumps in the race, that has been the what people are betting on is they think it would be Katie Porter versus Steve Hilton, or they're thinking it could be Katie Porter versus Villaraigosa. Yeah. The problem is, Katie Porter is actually quite anti-establishment. She totally unhinged in a lot of things. The COVID policies were a mess. She definitely has a lot of the really liberal policies and viewpoints. There's no doubt about it. But Katie Porter takes 0 PAC dollars. She's the only candidate who takes.
Well, we're going to look into that. And I don't know about 0, but very little compared, at least in how we read some of these numbers. We'll get into that here in a minute.
Zero PAC dollars. And she's the only candidate who has consistently fought against big corporations, big pharma, and greed and corruption.
And I think that is true.
Wait a minute. Did she? But she supported the shot though, didn't she?
The which one? The shot?
The shot? The jab?
Well, apparently in that text message to Shannon,
exactly.
Shannon?
To
Shannon,
her
Sasha.
Yeah, her staffer.
Yeah.
So
I
she's in support of the shot and would fire her own staffers over not getting the shot.
right.
But she's against big pharma.
Yeah. Something ain't
add that
adding
up
there.
add that up for me, Barn. What is that? What does that add up to?
That's 2 plus 2, 5. That equals 5.
A whole lot of bullshit is what that
A whole lot of horse, cow, and bullshit, and maybe some elk shit as well.
Maybe it's that season, it's that time of the year.
A little guano is what that is. Yeah.
She's gone after the establishment time and time again. Not perfectly. I don't agree with her on a lot of things. I think she wants to usher in, she's real liberal anti-establishment, like really from the far left anti-establishment, but still anti-establishment. And, I think better than the other candidate options who are very much in the pockets of Silicon Valley, wealthy businesses, and all of the lobby groups. When you're looking at Antonio Villaraigosa and Steve Hilton, they're very, very in the pocket of the big PAC donors, the big corporations, Silicon Valley, all of the wealthy people in California, and not in favor of, hey, how are these big corporations, they're buying up all the homes, making it unaffordable. They're doing all of these things. They're lobbying and buying off all the politicians so that the politicians aren't actually ruling in favor of what the people actually want. Katie Porter's actually been fighting against that. So is it possible she's still the best choice, even though she's totally and completely...
Oh my God, can you imagine? Is she possibly still the best choice?
Yeah,
Holy shit.
That's pretty fucking sad.
My hell, dude. Let's go on.
A bitch. In fact, one person on X, Yashar Ali, says, I wonder if Katie Porter is going to come back with a new ad where she speaks straight to the camera and says something like, I'm Katie Porter and I can be a bitch sometimes. Absolutely. But bitches get shit done. And I want to get shit done in California.
I don't know. I don't know if that's even going to help.
I don't know. Can you pass the bitch stage? Has she ruined a lot? See, it's so early, and the short-term memory of all the voters out there are going to forget this whole thing unless we all keep this in the forefront, in the front of the frontal lobe and minds of children around the world. Because if she doesn't, if this disappears and goes away, nobody's going to remember this shit.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, the good thing about our show, Barn, is that we're keeping up on on topics that are happening now, and I think we're part of the group of soundboards who is not going to let this shit fall into the ether.
Right.
And it's stuff like this, and it's shows like ours that really kind of need to expose people for who they are. And you might have had a couple bad moments on some interviews or something like that. But at the same time,
bad moments, right?
Yeah, at the same time, that needs to expose people's character, and especially people running for office, for God's sakes, you know what I mean? And really open people's eyes, the voters' eyes, to what they're getting into. If they accept some of these people that they say they are for the greater good, they say they're against pharma. However, fire a staffer over not getting a shot. But I don't know.
Well, to go along with what you're saying, It's not like we're digging up shit from when she was a teenager and she stole that record album from Circuit City, back in the day. She smoked pot on the beach, or nobody freaking cares. But
Yeah.
but she's not also, we're not accusing her of having some sort of illicit affair, but way back in the day before she was even married, and aborted a child, but she's all for abort, or whatever. I'm just
right. That's
Kavanaugh. I think Justice Kavanaugh and the shit
Yeah.
they brought against him, raping allegations and all that. This is stuff that she's done while in public office.
Yeah. In the public
everything
eye.
we're showing. It's not like we're digging up dirt and trying to make something out of nothing, like Letitia James was doing, like Alvin Bragg, the largest of the chipmunks.
Like sometimes Candace does. I mean, come on.
Yeah, and Candace does too. As well.
Call a spade a spade.
Exactly. And
or an ace and ace. Sorry.
Yeah.
That wasn't racist.
Well, that was a little racist. Not really. We just like to say that. Just fun. Because it's fun, because that's what they do. So
right.
Why not? So here's the last little snippet, and then we'll get into a couple things where it talks a little bit about her financing and her fundraising and the donations and things like that, where there seems to be some discrepancies. A little fold, a little glitch in the matrix, if you will.
Pay taxes, or did somebody forget
that part? But yeah,
two things. I don't know. Let's check it out.
Yeah, let's check it out a little bit more.
That would probably save her from this total and complete embarrassment. Let me show you this video. This is her questioning the Federal Reserve Chair Powell and bringing up the fact that he at one point been cozy with.
I don't know that.
Sorry about that. With Jeff Bezos. So I want to show you this.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Powell, I'm going to project a picture up here so that the audience can see, but I'm also going to hold it up for you. Is this you, Mr. Powell?
Could you put up my fucking picture? Now I have to hold my printout. I can hear her saying that right in the middle of this Senate hearing.
I told you to get in my fucking shot.
Oh my God.
Where are you?
That's a party after the alfalfa dinner, an after party that I went to.
Where was that party held?
At Jeff Bezos's home.
At Jeff Bezos's home, and when was it taken?
Excuse me?
When was this picture taken?
Saturday night after the alfalfa dinner.
Give or take, you'll stipulate end of January 2020.
Yes.
Recently.
Little rascals.
Can you imagine how attending a lavish party at Jeff Bezos's $23 million home, along with Jared and Ivanka and the CEO of JP Morgan Chase, Jamie Dimon, might give off the sense to the public that you are not, in fact, immune from external pressures?
I would certainly hope not.
What did you talk about at that party?
What kind of answer that? Are you sure you don't have any perception of impropriety and from taking bribes under the table because you were sitting there at Jeff Bezos's house and all this shit? Well, I would hope not.
Yeah, I mean, why don't you steer it that way?
Yeah, I would hope I wouldn't have that perception that people would have of me because I was arm in arm and nuzzling up and making out with Jeff Bezos.
That was a Bezos party.
A Bezos party. Yeah.
With them.
I didn't talk to any of the people you named.
You didn't talk to anybody?
I didn't talk to any of the people you named.
Oh, can you tell me who you did talk to?
I mainly escorted my son and his brand new wife in there, and I actually introduced them to General Mattis.
His brand new wife. Maybe he has to say that way. I mean, not my son and his wife. My son is brand new wife.
Brand new wife.
Why do people have to insist on, it's a little caveat of, my son just got married. It's a little way of, saying it.
Yeah. You're giving yourself an out.
Yeah. We'll move on with this.
Okay, great. I would just suggest that this attendance at this kind of event with these kinds of people is inconsistent with what I would otherwise commend you on for doing a very good job, I think, of reaffirming to the public.
Oh, thanks
this
for
plants in the
commending me.
public's mind, I think, a seed that is counter to what you have been doing.
I'll give her credit for that, for calling him out, no matter who he
Yeah.
is.
But at the same time, like, is it
Right.
like was it digging for digging's sake? And we just said we don't dig for dig's sake.
Right.
We're just reporting the news, basically, that you may or may not have seen, and giving our take on it.
Right.
But it's not digging for digging's sake. She was digging for digging's sake to
Making
try
assumptions.
to be see you next time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See you next Thursday.
And exactly.
Probably.
And that's kind of, I mean, it shows her character.
Right.
And whether he was, making deals or skipping arm in arm with Bezos or not, it doesn't fucking matter. That's his business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's at a
of
party. He got invited. You didn't get invited, bitch.
Is there jealousy you're saying there? Maybe
mad about that. Like,
she wanted to be there. Like, I wanted to rub my arms and other things.
You didn't get invited. I got invited. Shut the fuck up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So, so let's hear a little more of her reasoning of why she thinks that, okay, so she called Powell out, and that makes her a little more anti-establishment, maybe. Does that cancel out negate all of the other things that she's done? I don't know. Her liberal saying, or firing her staff member for not getting the jab and shit like that. Probably not. I mean, that's pretty despicable. So let's hear a little bit more what she has to say, her reasoning on why she still thinks that she might be better than some of the other candidates.
Decisions. And his answer was no. And she says, I mean, and then she pulls up this picture and says, here you are partying with Jeff Bezos at his house. Like, and these are the types of questions we want asked. These are actually good. I mean, again, I don't agree with Katie Porter on a lot of things, but I do think that if I have to choose between Katie Porter and Vera Gosa, for example, I mean, hot temper be damned. I guess I'd choose Katie Porter.
But
oh my God. I mean, but is she right? I mean, is she right? Would Katie still be better? The bitch gets shit done, apparently.
Apparently.
I don't know. Yeah, listen to her a little more.
State of California, there's a lot of other people that I would prefer to be in the race. But, when you have to choose, I would like to choose the anti-establishment, the ones that aren't taking a bunch of money. She's not pro-Israel. She doesn't take AIPAC money. She's not in the pocket of Israel. She's not in the pocket of large money donors. And that to me is better than the other options, even though she has this really scalding mashed potato hot temper.
Yeah. I mean, flipping McFlippington, come on. So let's fact check a little bit of what Kim was talking about, how she doesn't take this PAC money and things like that. Because we're having a couple little articles of our Goodhead Pinhead Adam Shift show. Porter attacks Schiff for taking dirty money. His response, I gave you that money. Oh, well, isn't that interesting? So
Very interesting.
Very interesting. Is he just full of shit, or is he just going, yeah, but look, you took it. But they're going to expect, okay, if I donated money to your campaign, dude, do you think that I have an expectation that you're going to do what I want, my interests?
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Well, it depends on how much money I'm giving you, right?
Right. But at the same time, you donated it. So,
but I'm not going to donate it if you're not going to use it, if I don't benefit from it, because basically I don't care how you look at it. I'm buying your vote. I'm buying your your interest in my position. I want my
Yeah,
position to be taken
exactly.
care of.
You're buying. Yeah, exactly. You're buying my interest in what you have to say, and the larger and larger that check becomes, the more and more I'm gonna consider what you have to say.
Right. Right. So, yeah, I mean, because I just don't see you're not going to be long for Congress or any other position like that. If some organization group, whatever, gives you a bunch of money, like a lot of money, like hundreds of thousands, if not tens of millions of dollars, whatever
Mhm.
the number is, they're
Cover
kind of
me.
expecting you to favor them in
Mhm.
the decisions you make and the votes you do and the procedures and the policies and everything else that you put forth. You're kind of getting, well, yeah, I want X amount of taxpayer dollars to build this road because I'm the largest construction company in state of
Mhm.
X, Y, and Z,
Mhm.
and I want that government contract. So I'm going to donate to you to get the bigger contract back.
Mhm.
I mean, this is how this shit works, and that's a very
It's
simplified.
a scratch your back,
Right.
scratch mine
Yeah.
situation. And I don't think the thing is when you get in the position to even have those kind of conversations,
Yeah.
it's really hard to weed them out. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
And nobody is above them. Something like this, like calling somebody out about doing this stuff, almost is trying to it almost seems like it's trying to throw you're trying to throw the authoritization or whatever off the scent that you did the same fucking thing.
Yeah. 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 Is
You
that
know what
well?
I mean?
Well, he took all of this money. I only took a little bit.
It's
You know.
Schiff. I mean, come on, what do you expect?
Well, he's a douche.
Yeah.
Corporate PAC representing Comcast Corp and NBC Universal contributed more than $40,000. Only $40,000. Okay, well, that's a lot of money in certain hands, but in the whole scheme of all this shit, 40 grand is nothing.
Yeah, in
Um,
political circles,
yeah,
that's fucking pennies.
yeah. That's tip money at the dinner you just went to at
Hmm.
the French Laundry.
Hmm.
They also received money from committees representing Wells Fargo and Amgen, among many others. Porter goes, I didn't realize how much dirty money you've took. That's good English. Until I was running against you. Um, you need to own your own record. So, I mean, and here's a Schiff donated over $50,000 a Porter. Doesn't sound like a lot, but I don't know. That was from federal election was found that through her election and reelection campaigns, the House of Representatives Porter received 54,000 from campaign contributions from Schiff's two committees. So nickels and dimes, basically, like we were saying.
Hmm.
The PAC gave more than 33,000. Again, this just seems like such little money, unfortunately, in the scheme of things. That you're just like, okay, is that what you're saying when she basically said she took no money from political activities or special interests? I don't know.
Yeah, what consists of no money?
Right? What do you?
If you
Is it?
yeah, if you don't take a million, is it considered no money?
Yeah. Oh, and this is weird. It's hard to avoid corporate money in politics. Huh. I wonder if that's why people get into politics. These corporations are throwing money at you left and right. So I don't
Mhm.
agree with the fact that she's not receiving anything. I don't know. I don't think this article, which comes out of the LA Times against two Democrats, I don't know if they're going to. Yeah, I mean, who are they protecting? Shit. I don't know. So Sacramento Bee, did Katie Porter get campaign cash from big pharma, big oil, and big banks? This is kind of interesting. Did she take any money, such funds? Blah 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 blah. I'll put all these articles in the description so you can read them. Claimed Katie Porter accepted donations from executives from big pharma, big oil, and big banks. Rating mostly false. Okay, so they're saying that she didn't. So maybe this is what Kim Iverson was talking about. The ad is misleading to viewers. It lists Spectrum Pharmaceuticals, and I don't know who they are or what they do exactly, but it sounds like something to do with the medical industry and the pharmaceutical industry. As part of Big Pharma, Wood Oil Company, which does not sound like it's a part of Big Oil, and Royal Business Bank as a big bank. I don't know how big Royal Business Bank is. We could probably type those in and see what they are. Spectrum Pharmaceuticals, owned by Assertio Holdings, is a Boston-based pharmaceutical company. However, neither Spectrum nor Assertio belong to the industry trade group Pharma, PH and then RMA, which lobbies on behalf of the industry's biggest drug makers. What'd you find out? Anything?
No. I'm looking and it's just not. I mean, it's the same stuff.
Okay. Yeah. So Wood Oil Company is an oil supplier based out of Gardena. It does not belong to the American Petroleum Institute, which lobbies on behalf of the industry. So Wood Oil doesn't sound like a petroleum type of oil, but you never know. Probably is. I guess oil in and of itself is petroleum. So in that regard,
yeah.
Royal Business Bank is a community development financial institution based in Los Angeles that specializes in providing financial services to Chinese American, Korean American, and other Asian American markets. Well, at least they're not discriminatory. It does not meet the official definition of systemically important financial institution, commonly known as financial institution that is too big to fail. So that might be what she's referencing as not taking money technically.
And that's the thing. Like, are you gonna run on technicalities?
You just look like you're a nickel and dimer at that point.
Yeah,
you know?
and well, at this point too, like, see, and I didn't know much about her other than like she was shitty to her staffers.
Yeah.
But as we, but as we get deeper and deeper into this, and I'm Googling shit and I'm looking stuff up about her and stuff like this while we're talking. And, but it's the same thing over and over again. It's almost like, throwing up, it's the rope-a-dope. It's, throwing up dust so I can run away. Because I'm doing the same thing.
I mean, everybody's doing it.
Everyone's doing it, sure. But I mean, if you have good cover, you have good cover. If you don't, you don't. And I just don't. I don't. I mean, I don't trust this woman. Is she better than Gavi?
Oh,
and I guess that's what it comes down to. I mean, we don't live in the state anymore. But at the same time, like, is she better than Gavi or is she worse than Gavi? Especially if she's like the top runner, and all the stuff that we've uncovered tonight alone about her, like, she seems like a horrible person, just in general.
Yeah,
just locked in, a horrible person. And
what is her motivation? What is her end goal here in this whole thing? And why does she think she can treat people the way she treats people?
Well, there's a lot of power in California. There's a lot of power in New York. There's a lot of power in DC. And I think I guess general consensus, like on America, we tend to go with the power. Like, we tend to, like, they're like big brother, big sister, or mom and dad, you know what I mean? And so whatever they're doing, other states seem to kind of want to emulate, or like, or like keep them in their back pocket for their ace in the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if she's not going to be like the see you next Thursday when it comes to water, when it comes to
immigration,
homeless, when it comes to immigration,
crime.
If she's not going to be that tough on those kind of things,
then she's no better than Gavi.
Exactly. She's no better than Gavi.
Yeah. So, according to Open Secrets, a nonprofit that tracks government campaigns, Porter received just over 50,000 PAC donations, more than 32,000 from Apple and Google, which just seems like nothing to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's
Yeah, more than
Google and pocket change for Apple.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and more than 58 collectively from University of California, San Francisco, and Irvine. Just under 16K from Kaiser Permanente, and over $600,000 from lawyers and law firms. And what does that tell you right there? You need to.
Lawyers and law firms have
do what we want you to
their
do.
own agenda.
No, that's crazy talk there, you racist bastard. See how when the Dems throw that shit out, it means absolutely nothing anymore, and that's what we're doing to show the ridiculousness of saying shit like that. Oh my god, dude! So
if this sort of stuff came up on Trump's profile, they would be making a
there's a spectacle. This be new 24/7 for the next 3 months.
Exactly.
Here's a little bit of her contribution page. This is coming from Open Secrets. First 28 election. It just shows top industry 2020 retired. I don't know, retired people. 4 million. Top contributors. Massimo Corporation, almost 60 grand. Campaign committee fundraising 23 to 24. Truth to Power is the leadership pack in this. Or she raised 32 million. Is that her raising this, or is that the Truth to Power pack raising this? Not very clear. This does show Massimo Corporation 57. What was it up here? Top contributor to Katie Porter, so it must be to her for sure then. So 32 million, and she spent 30, almost 31, with 1.4 cash in hand. These numbers are small, dude. I mean, in the scheme of all things, 60,000, 43,000, 41,000, 35,000, 32. The retired people, I guess, are giving her money, 4 million. Education, almost $1 million.
But how? That's a question that sticks out to me.
Well, yeah.
How are retired? Go back up. How are let's look at that number again.
Yeah,
that is almost $4 million
from retired persons.
From retired persons.
Yeah, that seems like a lot of retired people in California who are donating to her. How many other retired people are donating to Villa Rigosa? How many are, donating to, the other Dem and the other guys?
It just seems like a lot of money for retired people who have to still pay their mortgages, who have to. Okay, well, let's even take mortgages out of that. Retired people, say they have their house paid off. It's fine.
Yeah.
You still have to pay for utilities. You still have to pay for water. You still have to pay property tax. You still have to pay this. You have to pay that.
Water, and trash, electricity.
And you're telling me that there are that many retired people in California that they can afford
$4 million just to her.
4 million to her,
and how many more million to the others?
So you're figuring what would the average retirement or retired person have to give up? Maybe $5, maybe $10. You know what I mean? Maybe 100, maybe 100 at the max.
Who knows?
Dude,
maybe
I have a hard time paying $100 to fill up my tank.
Oh God!
You know what I mean? Shit. That hurts. Oh, yeah. And I'm not even retired.
Yeah. No, it's crazy.
So okay, so it's 100. So you're figuring 300,000 on an average. 300,000 retired people in California were.
The Google chat.
No, I mean I'm just doing head math, but isn't that right? or is it
Probably.
30,000? Hey,
No, there's
30,000
probably
plus
three. There's probably
100
three out of
or times
40.
100.
There's like 42 million, give or take, whatever that number is now, people in California.
Yeah, but retirees. So you
3
figure
million
what?
retirees would not be out of the question.
Yeah, but 3 million retirees that are willing to give up $100 or $1.
You never know.
This bitch,
I know.
I'm not buying it.
Well, these are Dems, and they do support their own a lot more than the Republican side does, because we're like, you get your own damn money. You don't need money from me. But the Dems, they'll push out there $5, $10, $20, $100, whatever. I don't know. I'd like to know a little bit more about that. But
The math isn't mathing.
Math ain't mathing.
Math ain't mathing.
Thanks, Jasmine. 800,000 from lawyers. That just seems like a lot of money from lawyers. Health professionals, 500,000 worth, 450 from civil servants and public officials. So cops, firemen, ambulance, paramedic, all that, they're donating 450,000 just to her. And there's how many other candidates? Total raised and average raised. This biatch seems to be able to raise a hell of a lot of money, because that's the blue bar. The yellow line is the average amount raised by House members. And she is far above that. In every category, far above the average. So I don't know. This not taking any money, zero money from thing is a little suspect when you see all these numbers. And this
I
is
can
right
see
there.
her being above the bar just because she's in Congress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but this is what they're talking. This yellow line is other House members as well.
Yeah, it is.
So, and it's not saying that there aren't House members that get more than what she's getting, but if the average is way down here, I mean, it seems like a lot. Just saying.
It does seem like a lot.
Small individual contributions, less than 200, 11 million. Large individual contributions, I'm guessing $201 plus. 8 million. PAC contribution, 67. That seems low. That seems low. Candidate self-financing. Well, why would you finance it yourself when you've got all of this shit coming in?
Yeah, when you got people just throwing money at you.
I wouldn't put a goddamn penny of my money in there if I had all this other shit going. Why would I?
Wouldn't either. I would have maybe put up the first $1,000 to print flyers and posters and a billboard. Other than that, no, I'm not spending my own money.
Yeah. Now this was 2024. I don't know what it is now for this year, and I'm sure the numbers have gone up like they do every year. But it's quite interesting to see all of that and to say, okay, well, I don't necessarily believe that she's not getting any money from PACs, because it looks like every little bit of her money is a contribution. And a contribution is really pretty much the same thing as getting money from a PAC or a special interest or lobbyist or anything else, right? It's got to be. Yeah. Let's not mince words here. So the big thing is, you got to figure out, is this the person you want to vote for in California? Is this the person who bitches may get shit done, but bitches also treat their staff like bitches? And if that's the kind of person you want, who really has a suspect track record, and we haven't even shown some of the other stuff. I mean, there's been other ones where, the lights have gone out while she was trying to do another Zoom call. They were too bright. Oh, you got to just turn these off above my head, meaning keep the ones on the back on. But all of them went off and she was in the dark. And she was like, I didn't mean all of those. She was just, oh my God, insufferable. Is this the kind of person? But bitches get shit done, apparently. So I don't know, dude, but she is something else. And where is your humanity? Where is your compassion as a human being to treat others as you would like to be treated? And maybe maybe that's what she wants. She wants to be treated that way as well. Anyway, thanks for joining us on this one. We've had some fun with our podcast tonight, kids. What are you going to say, Rude? Talk to me, Goose.
No, no. I was just gonna say, if you're here, you might as well pop over to the rudebarn.etsy.com and get your Rune Barn merch because it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And
it helps
it's fantastic. And it helps the show out just a little bit.
Yeah. We're trying to build things up. And the biggest thing, though, we would appreciate is to subscribe, like the show, hit that thumbs up button, share the video to other people that you think would have fun and enjoy what we're doing. Anyway, thank you for joining us here at the Rude Barn podcast. Join us on the next one. Check out the rudebarn.etsy.com, like we said. And we look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thanks for joining us.
Better game.